Your best players have to make the plays in the biggest moments of those games. Your best players have to play well when you're playing for a chance to go to the AFC Championship or a chance to get in the playoffs.
Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott just revealed our deficiencies in 2023.
With some of the injuries we had down the stretch, it's kind of 2 years in a row we've had a key guy get hurt on Thanksgiving. You're getting him back the next year.
And starting on the GM side of things, Brandon Beane openly admitting here that injuries definitely played a role in some of our problems, and he's going to be looking into this during the offseason. And it wasn't just this year, it was also last year, basically losing two dynamic players on Thanksgiving, back-to-back seasons. The Buffalo Bills losing Von Miller last year, losing Trey White the year before that, dealing with all sorts of injuries this year between Matt Milano, Daquan Jones, Trey White again with his Achilles, and just all the players in and out of the lineup. And really, the Bills, during the 7 years of Sean McDermott, during the first 4 years, the Buffalo Bills remained fairly healthy. Between building the state-of-the-art training and health facility here in Buffalo for rehabbing and getting players right before the game, it was $18 million the Pagulas invested in this team. The Bills really should not be having this many injury issues during the season.
Well, Joe did a really good job. We obviously have to go through that internally here, and it's not easy mid-season because mid-season, that's kind of hard to do.
Brandon Beane even spoke about Joe Brady and the firing of Ken Dorsey and what that actually did for this team, how difficult that actually is to overcome during a season. And also, Brandon Beane admitted that Sean McDermott is here to stay, that the Pagulas, that he believes, everyone believes in Sean McDermott. Just like after that hit piece article on Sean McDermott, after the game, you heard and saw Terry Pagula, you saw everyone come together in that locker room 110% behind Sean McDermott.
I think Sean did a really good job. You add on the added responsibility of the defensive coordinator.
Beane even said that all of the games that we lost were within one possession this year, including the playoff loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. The biggest loss the Bills had was by 6 points. That is absolutely remarkable. It came on a punt return on special teams against the New York Jets all the way back in week 1. And that's the other problem that the Buffalo Bills are going to have to definitely look into this offseason is coaches. Not only player personnel, but the coaches. Our special teams really somewhat failed us in 2023 between the punt return versus the Jets, between Tyler Bass missing kicks, Sam Martin getting hurt. A lot of people upset that we went for it on that fake punt against the Chiefs, but we heard NFL analysts talk about it being somewhat of a call. If you see players shifted to one side, or if you see that they only have 10 men on the field, the special teams coach has basically an audible, or you call a different play as soon as that ball is about to be snapped, so your entire special teams unit knows that it's a fake. We did this in high school. We had different colors. The normal snap would be red, and then if it was a beneficial look to us where we felt as though that we should be able to get it, depending on what we discussed in practice, we would call green or a different color. Sean McDermott took a little bit of a deeper dive into this team and the overall deficiencies here, and the biggest problem that he had with this team was the lack of explosive plays.
You want to be efficient, you want to be explosive, it's hard to be both. That being said, however, you need to create explosive plays.
And I think it really still boils back down to Ken Dorsey, because you heard guys like Khalil Shakir talking in press conference interviews throughout the year that Ken Dorsey was really preaching run after catch. It wasn't so much throwing the ball deep, it was really getting the ball in a short route tree and depending on our players to run after catch, to gain the yards after with the ball in their hands. But the facts are the Bills were clearly missing explosive plays down the field. Even Stephon Diggs not really being explosive down the field. We had chances. Josh Allen had chances. It wasn't all Stephon Diggs. Josh Allen at times overthrew Diggs. Diggs sometimes dropped the ball. And they're hard to complete, but when we're hardly calling those big shots down the field, we're really depending on one play, 2 plays per game to really get those explosive plays. I think the Bills' philosophy going forward with Joe Brady putting his own flair on this offense should have more opportunities for explosive plays down the field. Now, I agree that we need a more dynamic wide receiver, a faster, taller, physical wide receiver, or you bring in two different ones, a speed demon type or a guy like Justin Shorter who's tall, long, physical, that can win those high point situations. Sean McDermott revealed that the interceptions were also a problem, especially at the beginning of the year with Josh Allen throwing too many interceptions. I think we could definitely clean things up, and I think that's one of the reasons why we had to move on from Ken Dorsey. Some of these problems we've already fixed. We have to make sure that we can retain Joe Brady and DJ Mangas here, having a dynamic duo with Josh Allen in this offense. Keep in mind, Joe Brady promoted to OC. Josh Allen didn't have a quarterback coach for the remainder of the year. So I think maybe DJ Mangas spending some time here in Buffalo, actually learning this offense through the last half of the season here with Joe Brady. DJ Mangas can come in here, have a full offseason, help prepare Josh Allen for games. They say the last game really shows your biggest deficiencies. And what did we see against the Kansas City Chiefs? The lack of explosive plays. What else did we see? A whole bunch of injuries that ultimately impacted that game, having to start a third or fourth string middle linebacker in A.J. Klein, not having Terrell Bernard out there, not having Christian Benford, Taylor Rapp wasn't out there, even Von Miller dealing with his injury, not being fully back to himself. The good news here is that the Bills have really already started to correct themselves, getting rid of Ken Dorsey, having a new offensive coordinator here with Joe Brady. Hopefully he does come back and he can put his own flair on things, maybe dialing things up. Keep in mind, he was at LSU with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. I think he knows what it takes to get these players involved, two wide receivers on the same team, getting some explosive plays for the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott, the first time he had to manage not only being a head coach, but a defensive coordinator calling plays for this team. And I think he did an excellent job having to manage both those things. You even listen to the players on defense talk about this, and Sean McDermott and his attention to detail. The players and defensive players in particularly believe in Sean McDermott. They believe in his scheme, and they know that it is going to be successful for years and years to come. Again, I think this offensive line is definitely solidified, although I'd love to get a little bit younger at the center position. Maybe the Buffalo Bills consider more depth, knowing that we had David Edwards and 6 offensive lineman packages, or maybe we supplement that with a new rookie tight end. You know, Quentin Morris is a free agent. We need to see what the Buffalo Bills can do, and it's clear that we need more depth at linebacker. Even with Matt Milano coming back, we need an additional linebacker there. Balin Spector, Dorian Williams, I know are progressing in the background, but it wouldn't hurt to have an extra linebacker. We could even see Dane Jackson, a free agent, but Christian Benford, Kyer Elam, even Rasul Douglas and Trey White are all coming back. Micah Hyde is a big-time question mark, with Taylor Rapp also being a free agent. DeMar Hamlin, though, is working in the background. Cam Lewis is a free agent, but I think the Bills should be able to retain him. Injuries are the biggest thing that we need to key in on this offseason. Having this $18 million state-of-the-art health facility, the best in the NFL, there should be no reason why we are having this many injuries. So I think we need to take a deep dive into that this offseason. Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, everyone is going to be looking in on that, and the Buffalo Bills should be a better version of themselves in 2024. But I appreciate you guys all so much. If you enjoyed this video, if you want to support my efforts for creating videos on this channel, just hit like, subscribe. That's going to signal to me to keep making videos just like this. If you want to support me even further, check the link in the description. We got the Buffalo Chicken Wing merch, free shipping, sizes small through 5XL. We have black, gray, blue, red. We have different designs. There's a Zumbaz design too you guys could check out. Also, there's a link down there on Course Careers, a $50 discount, giving you guys online certificates that are directly tied to employers. That's how I got my full-time employment. It allows me to do this Bills page. It gives me so much freedom. You guys could get different certificates online and get a job right away, 100% remote. But I truly appreciate you guys all so much. The Buffalo Bills deficiencies have been revealed by Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott. They know our problems. They know what we need to correct for this upcoming season. We have free agency. We have the draft. Man, there's not another GM head coach duo in the NFL that I would believe in more. Appreciate you all. Hit like and subscribe, and go Bills.